guys, today I'm drawing a clown. So for as long as I can remember, I've always been like a really big fan of clowns. I don't know, just something about like their makeup and just the way they look and the creepy aesthetic that goes along with them is pretty cool. Talking more about that creepy aesthetic, I don't know why they get such a bad rap. I mean, I guess a few people that were not great have been clowns, but I think they're pretty cool in general. So for this drawing, I just wanted to capture like the clown aesthetic, and yeah, I think I did a decent job at it. Side note, this is the first time I've drawn a character without bangs in like a really long time, and it was a lot harder than I remember, like trying to find that hairline to look natural. So this is when I start doing the coloring process. I just did some basic blocking here before I started rendering. This is probably like one of the easiest and most calming part of this drawing process because the rendering took a while. In fact, I think this drawing took about 2 hours. If any of you guys have ever read School Bus Graveyard, there's a part where I think the character's name is Logan, and he said that he was getting bored when he was like captured for something, and he asked him for face paint to do some clown makeup, and you know, I resonate with that a lot. I have been known from time to time to do some clown makeup when I'm bored. On a side note though, this webtoon is really good. I'm actually a big fan of it, so I encourage you guys to go check it out if you haven't. It's called School Bus Graveyard on Webtoon, and yeah, it's pretty good. Anyways, around this point is when I start working on the rendering process, and when I tell you this took a while to figure out how to place these eye bags, but eventually I figured it out. Also here, there's a bit of a long pause, and I'm not sure why, but just ignore that, sorry. So to fill up this long pause, I looked up some random clown facts, and I found the most ancient clowns have been found in the 5th dynasty of Egypt in 2400 BC. I found that on Wikipedia if anyone's interested in reading more about that history, but that's pretty cool. Okay, so around this point is when I start trying to kind of render the makeup, and I think this was the trickiest part of this drawing. I don't have a lot of experience rendering makeup, as I normally do my characters as pretty simple, or I have almost like facial scars and that kind of thing, but not really rendering different colors on top of the regular skin tone of the character. So I'm pretty proud of how this render came out, but I think in the future I could definitely improve on rendering that makeup. But for the first time, it's not that bad. Okay, so not much happens in this section, so I'm gonna look up another clown fact. So apparently, if you dream of a clown, it represents your playful and carefree side, which is pretty cool. I never knew that. Okay, so not to be that person, but if you guys are enjoying this video, it would be really helpful if you like and subscribe. I'm currently stuck at 8 subscribers, so if you guys like this video, it would really help me out if you liked or subscribed it. If you guys also have any ideas for future content, I'm totally open to trying new things, so just let me know. Okay, so around this point is where I start trying to render the hair. And like I said, I don't only draw characters without bangs, so this was definitely a bit of a process. But I think it came out pretty well. Here's when I start rendering the clothing. This also wasn't too hard. I normally have a pretty easy time rendering the clothing, but it always looks kind of plain to me, and I'm not really sure why. So if you guys have any tips on how to make it look kind of less plain with clothing, that would be helpful. Okay, so here's where I start doing line art. I'd say this was probably like the second easiest thing besides just doing base colors for me. I've always enjoyed doing line art. I recently tried starting to do like different color line art because I think it helps make the character look more natural, and I just really like how it looks. Okay, while I do line art, I'm gonna look up another clown fact. Okay, so apparently a sad clown is called a melancholy Pierrot. I didn't realize clowns have different subsections, just a side note, but while researching some stuff for this video, I found that out, which is pretty cool. Okay, here's where I start adding highlights, and although this probably isn't the easiest part of drawing, this is also one of my favorite parts. I always think adding little shinies just make characters look more full and full of life. Here's where I start working on the background. I did a pretty simple background. I used a checkerboard, a paintbrush, and some star brushes. I also just added some extra shinies to the eyes. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.